Hey everybody, welcome to your June 2022 astrological forecast. Keep in mind that this is just a general reading. However, if you would like to have something more specific like your own chart done, there's a link below in the description box to my website where you can check out my services. There's also a link to something called Ask Me a Question, which is for people who only want to know maybe one or two things about their chart. So there's a link below to that too. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my subscribers again for their continued support. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please like and share it. It really helps my channel to grow, along with subscribing, and click on the little notification bell and you'll be notified each time I upload something. Okay, and also check out my weekly forecasts. Happy birthday, Gemini. Welcome to your June 2022 astrological forecast. So, the sun is in your sign up until the 21st. And Mercury does fall back into your sign. Actually, it turns direct in Taurus on the 3rd and then makes its way back into your sign on the 13th and continues for the rest of the month in direct motion in Gemini. You'll be glad to hear that, right? And then Venus moves into your sign on the 22nd. So, you have like all these things in your first house. It's a shame that Venus won't be there the same time the sun is, but it's not too bad, when the sun is in your first house, you are all lit up. So you're getting an awful lot of attention, right? It's a birthday, whatever. However, like the very first few days, okay, when Mercury is still in Taurus, it's still in your like 12th house. That's where you have the sign of Taurus. The house of like secrets, okay? And it was still like retrograde up until the 3rd when it turns direct, and it will take a while to kick in there to get its bearings, okay? So there could still be some kind of conversations that you're having behind the scenes, or something that you are doing behind the scenes. Maybe you're tweaking something or other, or preparing something for like exposure. It could be something you say or something you do. It could be plans that you've made, or whatever. But when Mercury turns direct, you'll carry through with whatever it is, and then Mercury again will move back into your first house, and you're like yapping away again. Maybe you like didn't have all the facts, or maybe you needed more information. And I always say when Mercury's in your 12th house, it brings out the investigator in a person. So a lot of times when it is retrograde, you find out like news or information that you weren't able to get at for some reason or other when Mercury was direct here. A lot of times you're not able to reach the right person that would actually have that information, and you're just like kind of given the runaround, or I don't know, you just, for some reason, it just isn't there. Okay, so maybe when Mercury turned retrograde in this 12th house was when you were able to get at whatever it is you were trying to get at. Okay, so yeah, you'll be having lots of conversations now, especially with Mercury being direct. In fact, you will continue one that you started last month when Mercury went retrograde in your sign. It's like you never finished what you were going to say. And in fact, Mercury retrograde does make you, go over and over in your head a conversation that you had with someone, and you think, I should have said this, or I should have said that, or, things that you left out. Now you'll be in contact with whomever, and, even if you have to write yourself little notes, you'll be able to get off your chest, or whatever it was that you needed to say to someone. Okay. Mercury, not just being in your sign, it is a communication and travel planet. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were doing a little bit of traveling, even though it's not in a travel house right now. But it is the summer, and those of you born in June, there's something possibly that you do every year for your birthday. and maybe travel to a beach or something like that, or even if it's just to visit someplace in your own area. It doesn't have to be far away, but there may be some kind of plans that you have, like for your birthday. Okay, in fact, maybe with that Mercury being in your 12th house of secrets, maybe there was a secret going on in regards to your birthday. Maybe someone was planning some kind of really nice surprise for you. Maybe it hasn't happened yet, but that could be something that's going on. And if you do stumble across it, you would have to act surprised, okay? At least have the decency to do that when it happens. Okay, when Venus moves into your first house, though, this is like, the people just like take to you like, when Venus is in your first house, it's almost like you can do no wrong. People see the best of you, but they really, really notice your appearance at this time. So it's a good idea to always look your best, especially when you're going out in public, because even complete strangers will compliment you on your whatever you're wearing, or your hair, or your eyes, or something or other. Your appearance in some way or other is usually what it is. But you could have like very nice, pleasant conversations with people at this time, because when Venus is in your own sign, you don't feel like talking about anything serious, too serious, and you don't want to be around people that bring you down, that drag everybody down. They're pessimistic, and they dwell on negative thoughts or negative topics of conversation. So you'll kind of shy away from people like that, and you should. You should enjoy your birthday month, for crying out loud. Again, Venus is, it's everything Venus related is like fun, luxury items, art, good drink, and food, and like the best of like pleasant pleasures, whatever. So I'd have to say that you could be celebrating your birthday no matter what day you were born, like all month. Okay, now there's like a full moon. Okay, full moon in your opposite sign of Sagittarius on the 14th. So where you have Sagittarius in your chart is your 7th house. It's directly across from your first house. Okay, full moons are there to bring something to the surface so it can be discussed, an issue, a problem, whatever. So it can be discussed and done away with, but it's usually something that's been lingering and nagging at you or someone else. And your 7th house is your house of close relationships, partnerships. It is business partnerships, romantic, or friends, okay? So at this time, I think you're going to have just that little bit there. I don't think it's a big blowout or anything like that, but you will have a little, bit of annoyance, let's say, with one of these types of people in your life, or a romantic partner, a friend, or if you're in business with someone, and you may finally, get off your chest whatever it is about the relationship that you want to change, or that's bothering you in some way or other. So that's what this full moon is for. Make sure you use it for that. It's not, full moons aren't bad things. They're there for a reason, okay? So the sun, though, moves into Cancer, okay, on the 21st, and you have Cancer on your 2nd house of income, earned income, okay? How you earn your money, your possessions, your valuables. It's also your personal values. It's hidden talents that you have that start to come to the surface. There's a new moon here on the 28th, so there's a new beginning happening in your 2nd house. Could be could be a new source of income, okay? That's what the 2nd house basically is income from work, okay, work that you do. This could be a time where, right now all that's in your 10th house of career is Neptune, and it is turning retrograde, excuse me, on the 28th. So, this new moon is happening like on the same day. I want to say kind of coincides with, you know, something like, I would have to say a past position that you've held or that you've shown an interest in, that you've inquired about possibly. Maybe an old employer may come back to ask you if you would like to work with them again. Or again, a job or position, not just a job. This is 10th house is also your status, personal status, okay? Public status, how the public views you and speaks about you. So you could be like reviewing or revisiting possibly, a position that you once held, okay? Or you could be at least approached about it. And this could be this new source of income, or starting fresh again on something that you previously did, I would have to say, for a living. You know, it doesn't have to be like current. This could have been something, you know, you did when you were a teenager or a long time ago, whatever. But don't be surprised if you're contacted about something like that. But as long as the sun's in your second house of income, you are looking for a new source of income or a way to increase your income, okay? Let me see here. Well, Saturn, okay, Saturn also turns retrograde on the 4th in Aquarius. Where you have Aquarius in your chart is your 9th house. You know, it's just having Saturn in your 9th house may have been travel a little bit difficult, especially long distance travel. But I always say too with this Saturn in the 9th house, because it's like long distance travel, but it's foreign travel a lot of times, like to another country. So it's a really good idea to check out their laws and their background, their customs, things like that. And I don't mean like customs, even legal customs. I just mean that maybe you may accidentally say or offend someone by something that we don't find offensive at all, okay? But in their country it is. You know, things like that. It's a good idea to brush up on whatever. And especially with this planet being retrograde, if you do have to take a kind of trip like that, or not a trip, but you are involved with someone from another culture that possibly even speaks a completely different language than you do, it's a really good idea to brush up on, you know, where they're coming from, more or less, seriously, literally even. So so you can hold your own in a conversation, but so you don't accidentally offend someone. Okay, so that's a good idea there. Now, the 9th house is also legal matters. So if you were involved in anything like that, it could even be a long, drawn-out thing, you know, that hasn't had any kind of movement on it, especially since, I got a hair here on my mouth, especially since Saturn moved here. It slowed up progress in this area. Okay, so there we go, I got it. Now that it's turning retrograde, maybe you're going to actually get a little bit of, normally you wouldn't with it being retrograde, any kind of movement, but this is like a review. Maybe there's new people in on the lawsuit, and they're moving things right along. You know, something different could have happened that affects this in some way or other, that makes it get moving again. Okay. Oh, let's see what else here. That's pretty much it. Let me see. Okay, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Gemini on the 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Sagittarius. And those dates are the 12th, 13th, and 14th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 8th, 9th, 10th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for money is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 14th, 15th, 16th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The best time for your career is the 18th, 19th, and 20th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. And you know what? I'm going to put down in the description box below the dates of when Mars moves into Gemini, because it will be staying in your sign longer than normal. And it's a very energetic sign. You know, whatever you're getting started, especially around the new moon that was just in your sign at the end of May. Okay, whatever you did around that time. You know, when Mars comes along, it's going to give you the energy and whatever to continue with something. You'd like be very, very focused. So I'll put those dates. I didn't include them in your video just because it really doesn't apply to you just yet. It's just that if you're feeling lazy because you have Venus in your first house and you don't want to do anything, and you feel like you should get out there and, you know, start doing stuff, you're wasting time. When Mars comes into your sign, you'll make up for all of that. So don't worry about it. Just enjoy yourself, okay? Happy birthday.